Karen fined my ugly truck with an HOA violation, so I parked a tank instead. People say revenge is best served cold, but when your pickup truck gets fined for being too ugly, revenge comes on steel treads. My name's Travis Cole, retired Army engineer, grew up wrenching on engines in Texas heat, deployed twice to the Middle East, and came back with a back full of scars and a taste for peace and pavement. After 20 years of service, I bought a quiet fixer-upper in Riverbend Ridge, just me, my Mutt Ranger, and my 1992 Ford F-150. The truck wasn't pretty, but it ran, hauled firewood, cement, and everything else I needed to rebuild my life. I parked it proudly on my driveway. Enter HOA Karen Witherspoon, 50-something, platinum blonde with a pixie cut and a neighborhood ambassador badge she likely printed herself. I'd been in town maybe a week when she rang my bell. "I'm here about your truck," she sniffed, nose twitching like she'd just inhaled a pile of manure. "What about it?" I asked, wiping grease from my hands. She handed me a bright pink citation violation. "Vehicle does not meet neighborhood aesthetic standards. Must be relocated within 48 hours. I blinked. "You serious?" She pointed to a page stapled to the citation. "We have visual integrity guidelines. Your truck disrupts the landscape." I laughed in her face. "Ma'am, that truck's done more for this country than your hedge trimmers ever will." She didn't laugh. The next morning, she left another citation. This time, it was taped to my mailbox. Then she called in 2 HOA enforcers, retired dentists with matching windbreakers and walkie-talkies. They took pictures, posted them in the neighborhood Facebook group under eyesore alert. But here's the thing about Karen's HOA, it wasn't real. No official city charter, no legal standing, just a group of entitled folks clinging to outdated power. I started digging. Turns out her committee had issued dozens of fake fines, targeted anyone with a pickup, work vans, motorcycles. My neighbor Oscar, a landscaper, got cited for having excessively dusty tires. Another guy got written up for loud hammering. He was a carpenter. It wasn't about rules. It was about control. And that's when I remembered something sitting in a friend's barn 2 towns over. A decommissioned M60 patent tank, bought legally, engine non-functional, just for display. I'd helped restore it years back with a buddy from the service. He offered to sell it cheap when I retired. I called him. "Still got that beast," he laughed. "You want it?" I smiled. "You bet." 3 days later, with a rented flatbed, we rolled it down Maple Loop Drive and parked it squarely in my driveway. 35 tons of olive drab American steel, right where Karen could see it from her begonias. I mounted a flag on top, Old Glory, flapping over the turret, and underneath it, a small sign. "Still think my truck was the problem?" Karen lost her mind. She marched across the lawn, shrieking about military aggression and property threats. Called the sheriff's office. They sent a deputy who took one look, chuckled, and said, "Ma'am, it's not illegal to park a tank, especially a non-operational one." She screamed about decency, about invading her peace. The deputy asked, "Was there peace when you fined a man for owning a truck?" Karen turned red. The deputy walked up to me and shook my hand, but it didn't stop there. Her fake HOA doubled down, claimed I was creating community panic. They filed complaints with the city council, held emergency meetings, threatened federal escalation. I wasn't worried. I had paperwork, ownership, permits. But what I didn't expect, the wave of support. Neighbors brought coffee. Kids took photos on the tank. Veterans from nearby towns drove in just to shake my hand. "You stood up to her," one said. "You made her blink." Oscar, the landscaper, started a petition, over 300 signatures, demanding Karen's HOA be officially disbanded. Every fake fine reversed, every dollar refunded. The city responded, launched a full audit, found Karen had collected nearly $15,000 in fake compliance fees over 5 years. No records, no tax filings. She was fined, reported for fraud, banned from any civic leadership role in the county. Her HOA was declared a public nuisance. The Facebook group deleted. I still keep the tank parked there on Sundays, cleaned up real nice, but the truck still runs, still proud. You want to tell me a man can't park his truck in his own driveway? Fine, just make sure you're ready for what rolls in when you push too far. Because some of us don't back down. We roll forward with treads. The end.